Here are more beech trees infected with the beech bark disease. And remember, the American beech normally has a smooth gray bark, and if you were in my natural history class, we always talked about it being the kind of tree that people carve their initials into, because it is thin bark, smooth and gray. It's really long-lived species, very shade tolerant. Normally, like I said, it has smooth gray bark. These have been infected with the disease though, and so they're blotched and all broken up and just very atypical from what a healthy beech would look like. All right, I'll show you. Here's another one. This is the one we had the close-up on before. Right, this is in my woods right outside of my house. And that stem has all those blisters and pock marks, and that's from the action of the fungus working underneath the bark. Right, so that Nectaria fungus is native, and it's always been in North America, and a lot of times it does the kind of classic bullseye fungal pattern. Here you can see on this one, those are all the fungal fruiting bodies. So the fungus is underneath the bark, and it's making fungal mats underneath the bark that are slowly girdling this tree and killing it. And then the fruiting bodies come out through the bark and release the spores. So these are all the fungal fruiting bodies. Again, these are probably old from last year on this beech. But you can see just how much of the stem has been attacked by the fungus. Basically the whole thing, all the way up. And weakens it. So sometimes half of the tree will be rotten underneath the bark. Sometimes they remain fairly sound for a long time. But normally in my woods I will lose 1 or 2 trees every time we have a heavy windstorm. They just break off at some place where the fungus has weakened them. All right, trees like this one have a lot of damage from the fungus. But it all starts with that introduced insect, the nectar or the beech scale, which puts those thousands, tens of thousands of perforations in the bark and allows the fungus an easy avenue to get underneath the bark and then begin to girdle the tree very slowly. And so beech, which was a big part of our eastern forests, is slowly dying and becoming a less important part in the short run.